Good morning, my dear friends. This is P. Krishnamurthy, lecturer in English, working at Government Degree College for Women, WANAPARTHY. I really enjoy myself to be with you in this morning to have a very good talk on vocabulary. Under the vocabulary, we are going to talk about synonyms and antonyms, and what are antonyms and what are called antonyms and what are called synonyms, and the exercises, examples, and everything that we are going to have very clear discussion today. And for this video class, I sincerely and very wholeheartedly I invite you to this video class. And what do you understand by vocabulary? What do you think that vocabulary is going to be important for you? Do you think that vocabulary is necessary to speak and to write? And do you think that vocabulary is essential for our communication, for our writing, for your expressions, like that? Without vocabulary, I think it looks very, very dull. Vocabulary is something that makes your language very flourish and very beautiful. It is just like flesh to the uh, skeleton of a human being, as flesh to the skeleton of the human being, even to the skeleton of the language, vocabulary that gives a lot of structure. It is the beauty that can be so given to that language also. So in vocabulary, many components are included. It is not only synonyms, it's not only antonyms. Several items are included, such as figure of speeches, such as synonyms, antonyms, homonyms, homophones, collocations, like that. Many things will be one word substitutes, idioms, phrases, all of them. They are going to be included. So in vocabulary only, but in this class specifically focusing our attention so on synonyms and antonyms. So vocabulary, what do you think that vocabulary is needed? Vocabulary, before that one, in the introduction part, let us have a brief discussion about the synonyms and antonyms. Synonyms and antonyms occupy important role in vocabulary. Sometimes, you want to express some ideas. Suddenly, you don't get that suitable word. When you have some synonym, immediately you will take the use of that synonym and just you go on so with your conversation, with your communication without any interruption. When too many synonyms are not there in English language or in any language, what happens, the communication is going to be blocked. And whatever have in your mind, some suddenly you can't just express with the limited words only. Synonyms and antonyms are going to enrich language. They are going to create extra beauty for our language. And so those people who have got good vocabulary and those people who have got good synonyms, good number of synonyms and antonyms, they know very well how to express the same thing in different manners. They are going to herald for the variety of expressions. When you want to make yourself with variety of expression, so you are supposed to make use of synonyms, antonyms in good number. Otherwise, I think your expression is going to be very routine and drab. It doesn't have any sense, only once. So you explain, that is going to be reaching the minds of the people. But the second day, you can't use the other vocabulary also when you don't have so many synonyms, so many antonyms in your uses of language. That's the reason. So synonyms and antonyms occupy an important role. They occupy important role in vocabulary. Synonyms, antonyms, so otherwise known as vocabulary builders. Vocabulary builders. How is this vocabulary going to be enriched of any particular person? When you want to improve your vocabulary, what are the ways to improve vocabulary? There are many ways to improve vocabulary, but one of those ways is just with the usage of synonyms and antonyms. With one usage, suppose you want to say that She is a beautiful lady. She is a beautiful lady. She is a gorgeous lady. She is good looking. Like that, when you have so lot of synonyms with you, you can express the same idea in different ways by using different words. And that is the way how communication becomes very interesting. When you talk to any learned person, what happens that the learner doesn't use the same words repeatedly. He keeps on choosing different words. Though the situation is same, but the way how he or she explains the things, it differs from one day to other. How does he gain this one? He has gained this particular power of vocabulary by enriching synonyms and vocabulary. That's the reason. Sometimes we also get attracted by the speeches of the people. The reason they have lot of vocabulary. So even in the vocabulary also, so they have synonyms high in number. That's the reason I just say that vocabulary, synonyms and antonyms are vocabulary builders. They are the providers of communication. I would like to say to you, my dear friends, they are the providers of communication. There must be somebody to push you forward, to create energy in yourself, to develop confidence in yourself. How do you develop confidence in yourself? The first one is grammatical knowledge. The second one is language sense. The third one is vocabulary. So soundness in vocabulary. When you have a lot of synonyms, when you have a lot of antonyms, when you have good vocabulary power, so you feel very happy. You feel glad of expressing your own ideas. You don't get back to yourself. When somebody asks you, come on to days and just express whatever you have on this occasion. You so explain your ideas, express your feelings, express your emotions. You don't try to get back because no, you are a man of vocabulary. When you have so good number of synonyms and antonyms, you come forward, you get on to days and just express yourself like anything, without any augmentation, without any fear, without any fear or phobia of the stage also. The reason they are going to provide, so they are the providers of communication. Communication is going to be hampered for the people who do not have good vocabulary. That's the reason, when you can find the difference between a foreigner or an Indian. Indian also speaks good English, but whereas foreigner also speaks good English. But there when foreigner speaks English, it flows like anything. It is not going to be stopped, and it goes like a river. It goes like a stream. When a learner, when a third world country person speaks in English, it happens. Now and then, maybe after one sentence, two sentences, there will be augmentations, there will be stoppings again. So the person begins to speak. This kind of things happen. The reason, they have very chosen vocabulary. They have got very minimum vocabulary. To improve your vocabulary, reading, writing, and so reading variety of vocabulary components like one word substitutes, synonyms, antonyms, figure of speeches, homonyms, homophones, and even so you have to look up the words in the dictionary. You have to see in the dictionary also. Daily you need to practice just reading the dictionary also. When you take dictionary, you find a lot of words are there. You just verify one by one, and the usage also. And the dictionary, so you can find not only the meaning of a particular word, but you also find in very quality dictionary. When you take Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, when you take Cambridge Dictionary, when you take Webster Dictionary, when you take a 20th Century Dictionary, so when you look up any word in a dictionary, you have the meaning. At the same time, you do find synonyms and antonyms too, and that will be there. That's the reason here. So synonyms and antonyms are otherwise known as the providers of communication. Altogether, what happens, so what is our exercise? What is our So way of teaching, what is our ultimate goal of teaching to the students and to our learning friends? So what is your main motive and ambition behind learning any language? You have to prove that you are a good communicator. When somebody says that your communication is good, naturally you feel very happy, you feel glad. So how do you feel glad, when somebody praises you, that your communication happens to be very, very stylistic, and it's very nice also. You have chosen very good vocabulary while listening to your words, as if you are listening to a great speaker like Vivekananda, a great speaker like Mahatma Gandhi, great speaker like Nehru, great speaker like Bhagavath Tilak. When somebody praises you with those words and comparison with those people, naturally you also feel very happy that you got a lot of good vocabulary. So vocabulary is everything. In vocabulary, these synonyms and antonyms play a pivotal role. They occupy an important role, and they important role, I could say like that. That's why they are called providers of communication. After all, people look at your communication or best to express your ideas. It's not that they will not be with you for all time, around 24 hours, around some 365 days. They just sit in your class. They just stay for some time and watch how best you express your views in the best suitable language, with the best suitable vocabulary. And they see this one and just estimate your way of vocabulary. So synonyms, antonyms help in the best way for different ways of expression. The different ways of expressions. So vocabulary becomes rich with the usage of synonyms and antonyms. Vocabulary becomes rich with the usage of synonyms and antonyms. Naturally, when a teacher goes into a classroom, when he begins to explain any incident, when he begins to explain a character in a novel, or a character in a short story, or a character in a drama, so he has to make use of the synonyms and antonyms while explaining the characters in the drama. In fact, it is mandatory also. Sometimes students, they don't catch when you use first sentence. Repeatedly, you have to say more about that particular character when you are explaining, describing the protagonist of the novel, the hero in a movie. So you need synonyms, and you need sometimes when you want to say about a villain. Only one word or two words are not going to do your work. When you have a lot of words with you, you can express in a very, very rapid manner without any augmentation in your communication. So that is the reason synonyms and antonyms are going to be very important part played in vocabulary. So when you learn these two items, so your vocabulary becomes sound, rich, and ultimately what happens? Eventually, what is going to be happen to you? It is going to be happen. You are going to be coined as the best speaker or the best communicator in the society. That everyone has to understand. Okay, let's go very specifically. Sources of English vocabulary. Particularly, we are talking about vocabulary, and particularly we are talking about how best synonyms and antonyms take part in vocabulary. So when you talk about sources of English vocabulary, you know pretty well the English that is spoken by all across the world, and it is the English that is generated, created. As such, we don't have so many English words in English language. So most of the words in English that we are using today, they are not of English origin. Most of the words are either taken from Germanic languages or taken from Latin-based languages. It happens so, or from some other languages. So what is the beauty of English language? What is the greatness of English language? When you have your own mother tongue, so what do you think of reading? Why do you think of enriching? Why do you think of improving your vocabulary in English language? English language is is that language which, which invites everything. Whichever happens to be good, whichever is practiced by majority of the people in the world, which word is happen to be the people's word, so immediately the English language grabs that word and assimilates that word into it. That is the beauty of English language. That is the reason why this English language is spreading. It's just spreading to all the four corners of the world. It is improving like anything. It's just scattering its radiance to all the corners of the world. In spite, some people who always praise their mother tongue, in spite of their criticism, in spite of their obstruction, so this English language is spreading like anything. That is the beauty, that is the greatness, that is the glory of English language. So it invites all the words into it and makes itself sound, makes itself rich in vocabulary. So it is called flexible language. It is not a rigid language like Sanskrit. It's a flexible language. It's a people's language. It's the language of common man. It's the language of business. It's the language of science. It's the language of communication. It's the language of each and everyone living on this planet. So when we know the importance of this English language, when the importance of English language is inevitable, when it is just scrounging all the opportunities on this planet. So let us study the source of English vocabulary. What is the source? Which is the source of English language that we have to study before entering these synonyms and antonyms. So majority of English words come from two main sources. My dear friends, majority of English words come from two main sources. Majority of English words, as such, English vocabulary, it is just getting improved because of the other languages vocabulary. That kind of flexibility is there in English language. So majority of English words come from two main sources. They are Germanic languages, Latin-based languages. So 60 to 70% of words that we make use of English, that we call them English words. So 60 to 70% of the words that are coming from, basically from Germanic languages and Latin-based languages. So according to some estimations, according to some statistical data, according to some scholars, lexicographers or linguistics estimations. So here the details are given. 29% of English words have a Latin origin. Remember, 29% of English have a Latin origin. 29% of English words have a French origin. See, majority of words are coming from Latin, coming from French. 29% of English words have a Latin origin. 29% of English words have a French origin. 26% of English words have a Germanic origin. That's all. Majorly Latin words, French words, Germanic words. You see, three languages occupy, they overlap on English and assimilated into English. Now it's called English language. The beauty of English, it is gathered beauty. It's created beauty. It generated beauty. It makes its own beauty. So it just invites, you see the flexibility of English language. It invites vocabulary. It enriches its vocabulary. So you find that English vocabulary is very, very rich. 6% of English words have Greek origin. 10% of English words have other languages origin. You see this one? Next, English words such as bungalow, cot, dacoit, jungle, shampoo, guru, mirchi, have Hindi or Urdu origin. See, some of our Indian languages words, some of the words related to our Indian languages are taken into English language. Since the Britishers have ruled our country for many years, that's the reason. So some of the words belonging to our Indian languages, so some of them are taken into English languages, and later on they're also called English words. You see, the English language is slowly developed, and now it's rapidly developing like anything. Next, let's have very clear talk about the synonyms. English language abounds synonyms. English language abounds synonyms. It's all full of synonyms only. Perhaps we don't find so many synonyms in other languages as we find in English language. If you take one word, you may have at least 5 to 10, 20 synonyms are there. Minimum, so 3, 4, 5 synonyms are there. In that way, English language abounds in synonyms. So long and so forth, we have talked about vocabulary, the importance of synonyms, antonyms in English language. What is the source of English language? What is the source of English language vocabulary? That we have known about it. And very, very precisely, very pointedly, let us talk about what is a synonym. What is called a synonym? A synonym is a word or phrase that has exactly the same, nearly the same, or similar meaning in the same language. Dear friends, you try to follow very clearly this one. Synonym is a word or phrase that has exactly the same, nearly the same, or similar meaning in the same language. Same meaning word in the same language. In a very nutshell, I would like to put you the meaning of this synonym. What is a synonym? The same meaning word in the same language. The same meaning phrase in the same language. The same nearing meaning in the same language. Any near meaning word in the same language, any same meaning word in the same language, any similar meaning word in the same language is said to be a synonym. Each word has slightly different shade and weight. But in reality, let us try to understand. In reality, as per the dictionary, dear friends, as per the dictionary I speak, no substitute is found to any word in English. No substitute. No word is equivalent in meaning to some other word in English exactly. If there is a synonym in English, definitely it gives 90% of the same meaning of the word in the same word, in the same language. But it is not exactly the same meaning. It differs from situation to situation. The usage differs. So on the surface, both the words, they give the same meaning. On the surface, all the synonyms give the same meaning. But when you come to the usage part, it differs slightly from one word to another word. Though the meaning on the surface is same, but so according to the situation, according to the need, according to the demand, we just use particular synonym to that particular situation only. You can't just say all the time. It is not all the time. You can't flatter even for simple things. You can't make use of high sounding words, high sounding synonyms for simple ordinary things. It looks very awkward. It's just like malpropism. When you use the words inappropriately, and you make use of the synonyms inappropriately, what happens? It looks just like malpropism. Instead of saying one word, you use some other word without having the conscience of the context and situation. Like that, each word has slightly different shade and weight that we have to understand. So in reality, I'm speaking, but as far the definition is concerned, as far the meaning is concerned, what is called synonym? A synonym is a word or a phrase that has exactly the same, nearly the same, or similar meaning in the same language, and that is said to be a synonym. But in reality, as per the dictionary, no substitute is found to any word in English. Each word has slightly different shade and weight that we have to understand. So we'll find out. We'll find out. So what kind of slight shade and weight between one synonym to another synonym of a word? If one word is there, it has got very good number of synonyms. But you try to understand. So the synonym, one synonym is might be different from another synonym of the same word. For example, that's the reason to make it very clear for your understanding. I have given example of the word beautiful. The word beautiful has nearly 20 synonyms like. The word beautiful has nearly 20 synonyms in English. So what are they? For example, this were 5. Good looking. We use beautiful, good looking, pretty, handsome, charming, gorgeous, and so on. All these 5 words are synonyms of beautiful. All these 5 words are synonyms of beautiful. So if somebody asks you what is the synonym of beautiful, you say that good looking is synonym. Okay, it's right. You say that pretty is synonym. You say handsome is synonym. You say so charming is synonym. You say gorgeous is also a synonym. Like that, at instance, you just say that these 5 words are synonym to the word beautiful. But in usage, when it has come to usage, you think, there is slight difference from one synonym to another synonym. That we try to understand. Is it really seen there? Yeah, it's really seen. The slight shade and difference in the usage of synonyms is made it very clear. You see, but there is difference in the usage of the above synonyms of beauty, like. Beautiful is used for women and for young ladies. The word, you take that word beautiful, this word cannot be used whenever you want to mention about the good looking of men or young person, young man. You don't use, you are a beautiful man. It looks very awkward. It's just coming out of the way of expression. It shows that this person doesn't have any vocabulary sense at all. The person doesn't have any sense of using synonyms, though he has enough vocabulary of synonyms, but he doesn't have knowledge of using the synonyms at the right situation. You want to say the beauty of such a person. Suppose when you want to say the beauty of, you want to describe, narrate the beauty of heroine, the beauty of that lady character, then you make use of beautiful. She is beautiful. You say that, how is she? She is beautiful. You young beautiful girl, you young beautiful lady, she is a beautiful woman. She is a beautiful lady. You can say like that. But can you say he is a beautiful man? This is too much. This looks very irrelevant. That's the reason. Though beautiful is synonym to handsome, synonym to good looking, but beautiful is limited and confined. So whenever you want to say the beauty of woman or any young lady, so the same way, handsome is used for man. Handsome is used for men. Whenever you want to describe, narrate the physical features of young man, you don't take the help of synonym beautiful, because that is confined to the for young, confined to the women and young ladies only. But handsome is restricted for the usage only for men, only for man or men. That's called handsome is used for men. He is a handsome man. The hero is handsome. Though, so the villain is awkward, but he is handsome. So, like that, So handsome is referring only the physical features of men. It has to be used only for men. Next, coming to good looking. Good looking, yeah, you are looking good. You are good looking. She is a good looking lady. He is a good looking person. So good looking is also a synonym of beautiful, is also a synonym of handsome, whereas beautiful is confined to women and young ladies. Handsome is confined to men. But when you come to the word called good looking is used for both the people. Yeah, you are looking good. That lady is looking good. That man is looking good. That young man is looking good. So Mr. Suresh is looking good. Miss Susila is looking good. Looking good. Good looking is synonym that can be used for both the genders. That you have to understand. Next one, pretty. Pretty is used for children and young girls. Yeah, it's pretty. Pretty is used for children. When you go to your friend's home, a child comes to you. Hi, good morning, uncle. She says, how pretty you are, my dear young girl. Your child is very pretty. Your daughter is very pretty. Like that. For a pretty can be used for young girls and pretty can be used for children. Charming. Charming, though it's a synonym of beautiful, but charming can be used whenever there is a reference of manners. Oh, say charming. Charming means clever. Say charming in her attitude. Charming is used to refer the manners. Next, gorgeous. Gorgeous is used in a hyperbolic sense. Remember, gorgeous can be used in hyperbolic sense. Whenever you want to exaggerate the beauty of something else, then you say, gorgeous. She is wearing gorgeous dress. She is looking beautiful because of gorgeous dress. She looks very rich in way of dressing. Gorgeous is a hyperbolic way of expression. So are you clear about this one? English language abounds in synonyms. So synonyms vocabulary is really English vocabulary. So it is just created and generated. So vocabulary. Most of the vocabulary it is taken from Germanic languages, Latin-based languages, and other languages. In that way, English becomes very sound, very rich. It's very high in vocabulary. So when you come to synonyms, so synonym is the same meaning word in the same language. Synonym is same meaning phrase in the same language. Synonym is a similar meaning or phrase in the same language is a synonym. But from one synonym to another synonym, there is slight shade in the usage. That one has to understand. We'll go to exercise. Now I hope that you have understood what is meant by synonym. When you do this exercise, you understand. So when two synonyms are kept side by side, you select one synonym which is more accurate than the other. So you select the most suitable, accurate synonym for that particular dash. Why? What is the reason? Because every synonym has got a different shade, though the meaning is similar to the main word, but there will be some difference in the usage. To make you understand that one, This exercise is given for you. The china cups were brightly colored and dash. The china cups were brightly colored and. The china cups were brightly colored and. China cups are very, very delicate. Of course, they are brightly colored too. What are given in the bracket? Dainty. Dainty means very delicate and good looking. Very delicate and good looking. Bony means attractive, pleasing, like that you can say. So china cups are very delicate and beautiful, delicate and good looking. There we have to understand why that particular phrase is kept there. The china cups. So we have to understand. So china cups are very delicate. So delicacy is there, beauty is there. So you have to select such a synonym which has the meaning of delicacy and beautifulness. And so within these two things, dainty has got that kind of quality. Bony, dainty, both are synonyms. You can just keep that word there. But according to the situation, according to the demand, which synonym is more suitable than the other? Dainty and bony, both are synonyms. But which is going to be very suitable one? Dainty is going to be suitable for that. The china cups were brightly colored and dainty. They're brightly colored and dainty. That is the thing. Next one, the handmade chocolates were delectable or dazzling. Dazzling means very, what's called shining, gorgeous, shining like that. But chocolates, there is no reference of any shining or glittering like that. It's not like that. Chocolates, we never think about chocolates, glittering chocolates. Delectable, tasty. Delectable means tasty. Handmade chocolates were delectable. That we have to understand, means tasty chocolates. So delectable is the right synonym, though we have two synonyms there, delectable, dazzling. Disappointment was writ large on his handsome. Disappointment was writ large. You are able to see disappointment on his handsome face. Handsome is there, beautiful is there. As I told you already, as I made it very clear for you, that beautiful is confined to the women and to the young ladies. But handsome is just limited only whenever there is reference of male person. Disappointment was writ large on his handsome face. It is not beautiful face. That you have to be very careful. Next one, the sunrise at Kanyakumari is gorgeous. It's wonderful. It's shining. It's marvelous. Beguiling means cunning, attractive. Taking the attention with charming. That's called beguiling. But it's nature, Sunrise refers to nature. There won't be any attraction. So it doesn't attract you. So it's gorgeous. So gorgeous means splendorous, glittering. So very fine. So it's a scene like that. The sunrise at Kanyakumari is gorgeous. So between these two synonyms, beguiling, gorgeous, gorgeous is suitable. Next one, the design on the hand-woven shawl was exquisite, ravishing. Ravishing means ravishing, alluring beauty with negative sense. Ravishing beauty. Ravishing beauty. So that's a negative connotation is there in that one. So it's also attractive beauty, a beautiful attraction, attractive thing, but with all that one. So the design on the hand-woven shawl was exquisite. So there the sentence is talking about, is telling about the design, how the design, perfect design, exquisite, perfect. It's not about the beauty there. It's not about the attraction. It's not about wonderfulness. It's all about the perfectness. The design on the hand-woven shawl was exquisite. That's very, very important there. Okay, next we'll move to the next exercise. Choose the most appropriate synonyms and provide in the brackets for the words underlined. For the words underlined. Brackets. So which words are given here? Vacant, weak, secure, loyal, polite. Choose the most appropriate synonyms and provide in the brackets for the words underlined. You see here, dog is a faithful animal. Now, you have to select the suitable synonym from the box which is suitable to this underlined word. Which word is underlined in this first example? Dog is faithful animal. Faithful is underlined. So, faithful. So now you go to the box. Which word is right synonym to faithfulness? Vacant, it's not. Weak, it's not. Secure, it's not. Polite is not. Loyal. Loyal means faithful. Loyal means faithful. Dog is a faithful animal. The servant is loyal to me. The attender is loyal to me. So the employees are loyal to the manager. So some people are loyal to me, like that. The man was old and looked frail. Frail is underlined. What do you understand by frail? Weak. The man was old and looked frail. So you select one word from the box. Weak is there. So weak is the synonym of frail. Loyal is synonym of faithful. Next, coming to third one, being courteous. Being courteous costs you nothing. You see, what a beautiful sentence here. Being courteous costs you nothing. So whenever you talk to any person, be courteous. Whenever relatives come to your home, pay a visit to your home, then be courteous with them. Be courteous costs you nothing. It's a beautiful sentence in personality development. Being courteous. So what goes? So your property doesn't go anywhere at all. Your value doesn't go anywhere. Your academic qualification doesn't go anywhere. And you are there where you are. You have the same value. In fact, your value, your importance will also improve when you are courteous. So being courteous costs you nothing. Courteous means polite. Being polite costs you nothing. So polite is the suitable synonym to the word courteous. The huge mansion looked empty. The huge mansion looked empty. Empty is underlined. So which is the suitable synonym in the box for the word empty? It's nothing but vacant. Empty, vacant. The huge mansion looked vacant or empty. Now come to the last one. The police ensured that the street was safe. The police ensured that the street was secure. Secure, safe. The police declared that the street is safe, secure. The street is safe. Yeah, no case is recorded in this street. The street is secure. So secure, like that. So all these three examples, three exercises are given to make you understand the usage of synonyms. In usage, one synonym differs from other synonym, though the meaning is same on the surface, but in the usage, some synonyms are fit for certain occasions, certain situations. Some synonyms are meant for certain situations or certain persons only. That we have to keep in the mind. Next, we'll talk about antonyms. What do you understand by antonym? The counterpart of synonym is antonym. What is the counterpart? Wherever you talk, when synonym is being talked by any person, automatically there will be reference of antonym. Both of them go hand in hand. Both of them are referred simultaneously. Synonyms and antonyms, so, are part and parcel of vocabulary. Now the explanation about synonym is completed. Now let us talk about the importance of antonym. What is antonym? Antonym is a word or phrase that has the opposite meaning to another meaning or phrase in the same language. Antonym is a word or phrase that has the opposite meaning, to another meaning or phrase in the same language. When there is one word, come, go. Come is a word in the same English language. What is the opposite word? Go. Go. Enter, exit. Enter, exit. Enter is a word. What is the right antonym for this enter? Exit. Day, opposite word, night. Like that. So, friend, opposite word, foe. Friend or enemy, or friend or against. So, what is the antonym of friend? Foe, F-O-E, foe, means enemy. So, in any language, if there is any opposite word, opposite meaning word to the other meaning word in the same language, that is called antonym. Antonym. Opposite meaning word in the same language to a word is called, so, antonym. Opposite meaning word to another word or phrase in the same language is said to be antonym. For example, let us see this one. Poor. Poor is an English word. What is the antonym of poor? Rich. Rich is also an English word. So, rich is antonym to the word poor of English language. Like that. Swift. Slow. Opposite word. Hope. Despair. You see, hope. I have a lot of hope. No, I have despair in my life. Success. Failure. Success is a word. And what is the, or which is the antonym of success? Failure. Night, opposite word, day. Light, opposite word, dark. Joy, opposite word, sorrow. This is the thing. So, next we'll do an exercise on these antonyms also. Select suitable antonyms from the box to the underlined words and place them in the brackets. Place them in the brackets. Praised. In the box, the words praised, welcome, bias, notorious, rough, early, explicit, handy. What do you understand by praise? Praise means saying very good about you. Welcome. So inviting. Bias. Bias means with a not clear. Bias means not fair, not clear. Notorious. Very, very noted person for negative activities. Well-known thing for negative activities. Rough means very awkward in dealing anything. Early. So early means at the very first, in the beginning. Explicit, open, free, explicit, revealing. Some are always, implicit. Implicit means they hide their feelings. They hide their feelings. They don't describe anything. They don't open up. But explicit is quite opposite. So being open, being fair, being open. Handy. See, mobile is very handy. Mobile is very handy. You can just keep that one in a pocket. You can just carry with a hand. It's very handy. Can you carry? Can you carry any bag of rice with your hand? Can you carry a bag of rice with your hand? It's not possible. It's it's not handy, but whereas mobile is handy. So spectacles are handy. Handy, you can just handle that one. It's very easy to carry. So let us know the words here. You see, let us study the sentences given in the exercise. Big cities are becoming famous for their pollution. So what is the underlined word? Big cities are becoming famous for their pollution. Famous is underlined. What is the equivalent opposite word in the same language in the box? Famous opposite word, notorious. Famous means popular for good thing. But here the meaning of the sentence gives negative sense. Big cities are becoming notorious for their pollution. Notorious. Next, the map is very inconvenient. The map is very inconvenient. Is so opposite. Inconvenient means unable to carry. So easy to carry, handy. The map is so very handy. Next, coming to the teacher berated the students. Berated means scolded. Scolding. Berated. Here, what is the opposite word? Praise. The teacher praised the students. Antonym. The umpire's decision was fair. Fair means very clear. There is no second thinking about his decision. But opposite word that is called synonym for fair. So biased. So the leader expelled the new entrants. The leader expelled the new entrants. The leader, so expelled. Expelled means ask them to go away. Removed. So removed. That's called giving. Get out like that. Expel. Removed. So that's called welcome. Opposite word welcome. His inaction shows his tacit support. Tacit means silent, but explicit means open. The fabric was very smooth. What is the opposite word for this or antonym for this smooth? Rough. The fabric was rough. Monsoon arrived late this year. Monsoon arrived early this year. So early is the antonym of this word late. So we'll study another exercise also. Choose the suitable antonyms from the box to the underlined words and use them in the under given sentences. Stale. Stale means not fresh. Stale means not fresh. Diligent, hardworking. Triumphs, success. Oblivion, forgetfulness. Retreats, get back. Abolished, abandoned. Like that. Abolished, removed, abandoned. Synthetic, artificial. Exotic, foreign. So, while more schools should be established, child labor should be abolished. While more schools should be established, child labor should be abolished. When more schools are established, what happens, So, child labor should be abolished. So, child labor can be abolished only by establishing more number of schools. So, what is the antonym of established? Abolished. So, when the army advances, the enemy retreats. When the army advances, when our Indian army advances, what happens? The Chinese army retreats. When the Indian army advances means going forward. Automatically the China enemy, the China army retreats. Enemy retreats means getting back. So next, third one, natural dyes are eco-friendly. Natural dyes. So natural means just natural dyes, not artificial. So natural dyes are eco-friendly, while synthetic ones are harmful, artificial. Synthetic ones are harmful, so artificial. Next, sometimes lazy ones prosper while the diligent suffer. Sometimes lazy people prosper. It's a magic of the life also. Sometimes in life, those people who are very lazy, who are very dull in their academics, sometimes, luck favors them. They become great. They get a very good position also. It happens so. So Sometimes lazy ones prosper. What is the antonym of lazy? Diligent, hardworking. Next, the indigenous plants are better than the exotic ones. Indigenous plants. Indigenous plants means native plants. So our native plants are better than exotic ones. Next one, the politicians live in oblivion as the public memory is long. So memory, so what is the antonym for memory? Oblivion. Oblivion is forgetfulness. Neither defeats nor triumphs should affect us. Neither defeats nor triumphs should affect us. So neither defeats, failures, nor triumphs, successes should affect us. So that is the triumphs is the antonym of defeats. I searched for fresh vegetables, but there were stale ones ready. So what is the opposite or antonym of fresh? Stale. So this is all about antonyms too. Dear friends, so today we have learned very clearly and closely. So what is meant by a synonym? What is meant by an antonym? What is the importance of synonyms and antonyms in vocabulary? We also knew the sources of vocabulary of English language. Which is the source for English vocabulary? How is this English language developed so much? How is this English vocabulary improved so forth and so long and so forth? Explain the meaning of synonyms and with examples and exercise. Today, I explain to you the meaning of synonyms and the usage of synonyms in the form of exercises. Explain the meaning of antonyms with examples. And we have also done exercises on synonyms and antonyms with that one. So before leaving, before taking leave from this video class, I would like to appeal to all members of this video class, So you have to improve vocabulary to make your communication excellent. Antonyms, synonyms, or synonyms, antonyms are the providers of communication. If you gain a good number of vocabulary, a good number of synonyms and antonyms, your communication is better. So I would like to say once again to you, so with the usage of synonyms and antonyms, you can be a good communicator, you can be a person who knows language very well, and you are going to become excellent speaker, excellent writer with different expressions, and you can attract the people with your way of usage of vocabulary according to the situation, according to the need of the situation, that you can make the readers and writers great, enchanted like anything. And thank you for giving this opportunity, and thank you one and all for attending this video class.